And we are watching the markets today after President Donald Trump set the stage for a worldwide trade war. European markets tumbled overnight. The Dow, as you see there, is already down this morning right now, more than 1,427 points. And many countries, they're feeling the impact. From Canada, where the value of trade with the U.S. is worth nearly $800 billion a year, to Europe, an exporter of everything from steel, energy, cars, and wine. And a harsh warning from the EU on those sweeping tariffs. There will be countermeasures. And we continue with our team here for team coverage of the looming trade wars with CBS News national correspondent Lana. She is Ontario, Canada for us today, and CBS News foreign correspondent Ramy Inocencio. He's in London, but we're going to start with Ramy. Ramy, good to see you once again today. The EU's president had a strong message for the United States. Let's listen to that, and then we'll talk to you on the other side of it.
President Trump's announcement of universal tariffs on the whole world, including the European Union, is a major blow to the world economy. We are in this together. If you take on one of us, you take on all of us.
So, Ramy, Europe, they are bracing for a trade war, but also saying it's willing to negotiate with Washington. So is there a sense that the U.S. will work to avoid a trade war with its European trading partners at this point?
Sure. Well, Mugo, looking at the bloodbath here in UK stock markets as well as in Europe, and you just might hear the bells of Big Ben. The market just closed here. The FTSE 100 down near lows of the day in reaction to Trump's so-called Liberation Day tariffs. But, U.S. markets right now, you were just talking about the wipeout, something like $1.7 trillion there this morning. Might give Trump pause if he's alone looking out a White House window today. We know he loved to use the stock market as a barometer of his own approval in his first term. But to your question, a couple days ago, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt, she said that Trump is always up for a good negotiation. So let's see. Today's tariffs may be meant to be a kind of economic kind of shock and awe attack on the world from which Trump could then potentially use to extract concessions for the EU. That might possibly be reducing its tariff on U.S. automobiles. That stands at 10%. The U.S. has a tariff, too, on European imports, but that's just 2.5%. The EU might also consider buying more U.S. natural gas or more defense products, weapons, ammunition. It could also drop barriers to U.S. agriculture going into the bloc. So there are ways that could be discussed. It just depends on where President Trump may want to take them.
Yeah, we shall wait and see what comes out from that. But in the meantime, what has been the reaction from the U.S. closest ally, the U.K.?
Yeah, absolutely here. Well, there has been a lot of anxiety. I've been talking about how it's sort of like huddle time here in the UK and in Europe. Prime Minister Keir Starmer met with British business leaders at 10 Downing Street this morning on those tariffs. He warned that there will be an economic impact, but that his government will act with what he said is cool and calm head, sort of a take on the keep calm and carry on mantra, if you will, negotiating with Washington for some kind of what he said was a best deal for Britain. Take a listen.
We have a good deal of trade, a balanced trade relationship with the US, and I believe that our interests are best served by calmly trying to secure a deal which is in our national interest, whilst at the same time preparing and leaving all options on the table.
And I want to point out, too, that the bosses of AstraZeneca, BAE, and Jaguar Land Rover were in that room at the same time. And the optics here, I want to point out, are important because they are companies that represent some of the top export sectors to the U.S. from here. Pharma, aerospace, machinery, automobiles, easily in that room, $25 billion in terms of what they represent in value each year going to the United States. But for now, again, keep calm and carry on kind of mantra. It appears there will be no knee-jerk reaction from the UK right now, Mugo. It's believed, some believe that if there's retaliation, that Trump might double down or even triple down, and this just could lead further and further into an abyss. Starmer says that decisions, they'll be made in the coming days and in the coming weeks.
Okay. Ramy Inocencio, thank you so much for joining us on the stream today. Let's head now to Canada, where CBS News national correspondent Lana joins us from Windsor. Lana, good to see you today. You're there at the U.S.-Canadian border. What impact is the situation having on travel so far?
So it's interesting, Mugo, because this goes beyond tariffs to a fundamental change in the relationship between the U.S. and Canada. And I'm seeing anger. I've heard from people who say that they are boycotting the United States. But I spoke with a travel agent yesterday, Melanie Harding, and she told me what her clients are saying about this. Take a listen.
We will drive 4 hours to avoid the border. That's right. That's what we're hearing. It's the uncertainty of the trade war. It's the tariffs. Am I going to be stopped at the border? Am I going to be held up? Am I going to miss my flight? Am I going to be able to go back home once I get home? These are the actual things we're hearing right now.
So it's interesting. It's a nuanced response, really. Many of the people that she's talking to are not boycotting it because they're trying to make a political statement. They're actually afraid that in this time of uncertainty, where it seems like the relationship between the United States and Canada, which has always been rock solid, is now falling apart, that they don't feel confident enough to book travel tickets, thinking that they won't get stopped at the border. And we do know that border crossings between the U.S. and Canada are precipitously down just in the last month.
Wow, gosh, that is so unfortunate. We heard the Prime Minister talk about some possible countermeasures. Do we know what those will look like?
Well, similar to what Ramy was saying, Prime Minister Carney is huddling with his cabinet. He pledged yesterday, right after that Rose Garden speech by President Trump, that he would fight these tariffs with countermeasures. What exactly that means is still yet to be laid out. We do know already that Canada has that 25% tariff on, let's see, it was $21 billion worth of American goods right now. But there is a lot of pressure on Carney to not try and further escalate this. As much as there is a elbows up mentality here about fighting back, nobody wants to see this get worse.
Yeah, I know. Wow. Okay. Lana, thank you so much for joining us today.